Simon, bringing a touch of the Brazilian to the Middlesbrough training ground. What's this all about?
Yeah, I'm delighted today that Dave Parnaby of the Football Academy has asked me to give the club their first in-service training day, and we're theming that around Futebol de Salao, the game I've brought from Brazil and the game that I took from Middlesbrough's own Juninho. So it's great for me to think that my own club are starting to take an interest and use it with the younger players here.
The youngsters obviously enjoy the game, but could you ever see the first team players taking up Futebol de Salao here at here at Herworth?
Yeah, the England national team have played it and were this week preparing for their international game, and I think that for senior players the benefits are the same. I think some of them, speaking to some of the clubs, some of them are a little bit worried the lads are going to pull muscles and stuff because it's a harder ball, but when you play with it, it's not the case. And in Brazil, a lot of the national team players play it in the recreation time on an evening.
What are the benefits of the game then, do you think?
Well, it doesn't help your shooting, it's not going to help your heading, but as far as close control, passing and dribbling go, I don't think there's anything better that you can do to improve those things. And scientific research that's been conducted at the moment showing a 200% improvement on using this compared to a conventional ball for those things. So I suppose it's all the things for which Brazil are renowned. You've got to be careful not to overdo it. I was saying to the Middlesbrough lads here today that it's not something you'd recommend doing 100% of the time, but in Leeds we do it 60% and the rest of the time we spend with a conventional ball. And I think if you combine the two like that, you've got a good mix.
For Middlesbrough fans, and for the younger Middlesbrough fans especially watching this, they're probably going to be saying, well, how can I ever get to play the game? Is the football, for example, the special football, going to be available for them?
The football's in the shops now. It's obviously being made by Micah, and we have our first Brazilian soccer school now in the Cleveland area. If people want to write into Borough TV, I can pass on the details of how to get in touch with that, and we'd be delighted to see the kids coming along. And as I said, they do 2/3 Futebol de Salao and the rest with a conventional football, and as well as all the benefits from it, it's fun, and that's the great thing that's coming out of today. The kids, the Middlesbrough lads who've just come off of saying how much fun they found playing the game.
David, it's a touch of Brazil, should we say, a Brazilian style of football with Middlesbrough.
Yeah, it's this is part of our in-service training programme. With the onset of academies, we're expected to cover 36 hours in-service work with our own coaches. So we came up with the idea of just giving a nice, relaxed atmosphere. Spoke to Simon. Simon explained his philosophy, and I thought it would be a good idea for our coaches to have a look at it. And it's up to them to really take away from whatever they can gain from it, to take back to our kids in the academy work.
It's a good mix, because Simon Clifford's obviously a Middlesbrough fan, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a fanatic, and I think the gentleman at the far end is doing his thesis on the actual game of Futebol de Salao. So it's helpful for everyone.
Do you think that there can be a true mix of the cultures? The Brazilian style would actually fit in Middlesbrough Football Club's future?
Yeah, well, if you just look at the game, Alistair, it's a very, very small area, and the boys are encouraged to try things. You've got to have quick feet. You've got to try things as far as the tricks and turns and things are concerned, which we all sort of associate with Brazilians. The actual animal, the climate and the animal that the Brazilians produce is something we'll never produce. But we can take things from the actual techniques and the skills, and hopefully bring it into our game and have this flair that everybody talks about. But from what we see here today, I mean, if you just watch just for a few minutes, you'll see the kids trying things, no pressure from coaches, and if they make a mistake, it doesn't really matter. The key thing is that they're trying things. The key thing with the game is, and the thing that probably interests our coaches more than anything else, is actually the ball. And the ball is filled with foam, and it's got very little bounce to it, but it is excellent for passing techniques and dribbling techniques. And the question is these days, where have all the English dribblers gone? We don't really see top-class dribblers, and perhaps something like this will encourage us to bring them forward.